Description word extensions. Description words are called adjectives. Let's add some extensions to improve, to add on to their meaning. Inna Allaha Ghafurur Rahim. This is a verse from the Quran. Okay, no doubt Allah is forgiving, the merciful. Now the description words in this verse are Ghafurun and Ar-Rahim. These words are made out of 3 root letters each. The word Ghafur comes from the word Ghafura, and the word Rahim comes from the word Rahima. So why is there a letter after the second root letter of each of these words? We see that adding a letter waw in Arabic after the second root letter means extremely. So when we said no doubt Allah is forgiving, we should have said no doubt Allah is extremely forgiving. That's how it should be translated. Now for the word Rahim, adding a letter ya after the second root letter means constantly. So no doubt Allah is extremely forgiving, the constantly merciful. That's a good translation. Okay, now let's look at another extension that you can add to a description word to enhance the meaning. So for example, the letters Ghain, Fa and Ra again, meaning forgiving, adding a an at the end means ultimately forgiving. So let's look at another example. Allah's name is Rahman. Rahman, adding the an at the end, means ultimately merciful. This is in the Old English, it was translated as abundantly merciful, and that means a huge amount of merciful. Now let's look at another example of adding some extensions onto a description word. So the 3 root letters Ra, Ha and Mim, adding a alif before it makes the sound Arham, and this word means more merciful. Or for example, the word Akbar, which is more known to the people. Akbar means more big, more great. Adding the alif before the description word, before the 3 letters of it, means more big or more great. Okay, now the same 3 root letters that we see on the right side is great or Kabir. Akbar comes from the word Kabir, and Kabir means constantly big, constantly great. Let's add another. Okay, so Kubran, like we see on the left side of the page, comes from the word Kabura, great, and then ultimately great is Kubran, ultimately big and ultimately great. Okay, now this is another extension that we're going to look at now on the right side of the page. Ist, alif, sin and ta. If you add the letters alif, sin and ta before a 3-letter description word like istighfar, now we know that ghain, fa and ra are related to forgiveness. So what does ist mean? Ist in Arabic, when you see that before a 3-letter word, it means to consider or to seek something. Now we know that ghain, fa and ra are related to forgiveness. So to seek forgiveness is istighfar. to consider seeking forgiveness is doing istighfar. And it's commonly known that istighfar is when you ask God to forgive you, when you seek God's forgiveness. So now on the bottom of the page we see the word istikbar. Istikbar, ist means to seek, and we know that the letters kaf, ba and ra mean greatness. So somebody who seeks to be great, seeks to be big, is doing istikbar. They are being arrogant. Someone who seeks to be great is being arrogant. So in the Quran it's mentioned about people doing istikbar, being seeking to be great, and they aren't really great. So these are different extensions which you can add near description words, and you should try to memorize them and try to find them in different parts of the Quran to see if you can understand or add to the translation to get a better understanding of what description words mean.